We are about to embark on a journey through history. The history of one nanny, one mother, Sandra Lee Waters. Come with me. Enjoy. Learn. Laugh.
Oh gosh, I took my stainless steel pan across the road. I'll have to go across the road to get it.
Also known as the Cat Lady. This is the biography of Sandra Lee Waters. Do you consent to this video recording?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to ask you some basic questions that maybe some of your grandkids or grandkids' spouses don't know about you. Heck, there's a lot of questions on here I don't know the answers to, so let's just dive right in. What's your favorite color?
Green.
Okay. What about a favorite food right now and back when you were younger?
Popcorn. When I was younger.
Okay. What about now?
Now, I love fried potatoes.
I can't spell fried potatoes, so I just scribbled. Okay. Where were you born?
Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
And exactly what day?
November 16th. It's on a Monday in 1942.
And what were the full names of your parents?
Lillian Ellen Rosansky Schaefer. That's her married name.
Right.
And Orville Richard Ralph Schaefer was my dad.
Two middle names.
Everybody had two middle names.
And what were their birth dates?
Oh my God, a long time. My mother was born August 22nd, 1914. And my dad was born June 13th of 1912.
Where were they born?
I assume in Oshkosh.
So you assume they were born in Wisconsin?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What are the names of your siblings in order, including yourself?
Sharon, Jean, Schaefer Boucher, and Jack, Russell, Schaefer, and then me, Sandra Lee Waters Schaefer. No, Schaefer Waters. And then, let's see, who's next? Shirley, Ann. Schaefer. Now she's a Nielsen. And there's 9 of us. I believe it's Bruce, Kenneth, Schaefer, and Richard, Ralph, Schaefer, Jill, Schaefer, her last name's bugging me. She's married to the doctor. Jill Diane. It's Jill Diane. Schaefer. Red. Oh, come on. What's your last name?
That's okay. I don't care about
Mathwig.
it. Mathwig?
Yeah. And then the other twin, she's a twin, and the other twin is Jan. Jan Gay Schaefer Fritz now. And then we had a baby brother, Gregory. And Gregory, what's his middle name? I don't know, Gregory. Gregory Schaefer, I forgot his middle name. But he was born in 1956. Let me think when his birthday is. Oh my God, I forgot his birthday too. He was born in 1956. So that should be 9. Bruce, Rick, Jan and Jill, and Greg. That was 9.
Okay, first names only in order.
Sharon, Jack, Sandra, Shirley, Bruce, Richard, Jill, Jan, Gregory.
Okay, now, can you do the same thing for Dad's family?
Oh, man, gee, how about getting the thing out? How about getting the thing out of the filing cabinet?
So you don't know them?
Well, kind of, but it's easier on the thing.
Okay, we'll do it later. Okay, so here's a very important question. It came up randomly from viewers, and they would like to know why you support the Crapper Packers.
Always been a Packer backer since we lived up in Wisconsin.
But why? They're losers and they're
No,
gay.
they're not. They are an awesome
From what
team.
we hear, they're losers and they're gay.
Losers. How come we're in the playoffs every year?
And they're just gay because of Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is cool.
All
And
right.
he's not gay.
What are some of your earliest memories?
Earliest? Dishes when I was 5 years old.
Okay, so you did house chores.
I had to do the house chores and help with the cooking and the mending. Everything.
Laundry mending?
Laundry, ironing, and mending.
Okay. Did you have any pets as a young one?
I had a cat. A black Angora cat named Inky.
Inky.
Because she was pure black. She had a smushed in face. It's almost like a Persian cat. But it's an Angora cat.
Okay. Did you have a best friend as a child?
Yes, I had a girlfriend named Elaine Wagner.
Elaine Wagner. Okay.
And I used to go to dancing classes with her.
Okay. I have to wonder if this camera is now in my view. It's not. Well, how can it not be? It's not. Wow. Okay, so am I in my view? Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Back to business here. What were some of your favorite subjects in school?
Accounting. Of course, math, English, all of them.
So you liked school.
I love school.
Okay. What about hobbies? Did you have hobbies as a young child?
Nope, didn't have time for them.
Didn't really have time for hobbies. Okay, that's understandable.
But maybe putting puzzles together. Well, that would be a hobby.
Okay. What about strengths and weaknesses as a young one? Like you had mentioned running. You were a
Yes.
good runner.
The best runner.
What were some things you couldn't do or weren't good at?
No, I'm good at shooting. I'm good at bow and arrow. Swimming. Swimming is my downfall.
That's what these tests are for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there anything about your preteen years that we've been discussing that we didn't touch on that you would like for us to know?
Preteen. Does that count going into a Catholic church with a neighbor girl? I think when I was about 10, we lived across the street from the nun's house and the big Catholic school and church. And I went into the church with my neighbor girl. And there was a coffin in the front. And so being two little girls, we had to go see what was in that coffin because nobody was in the church. We went up there and tiptoed on our tiptoes, looked in the coffin, and this old woman was there with her eyes wide open. Needless to say, we fled the church.
Wow. Okay. Anything else before we go to teenage years?
Oh, yes, well, another neighbor girl. We walked down to South Beach, and she almost drowned me. And this is why I'm afraid of water today.
South Beach.
In Oshkosh. It's about 2 miles out of town.
So what lake is this?
And we walked there, Lake Winnebago.
Okay.
The biggest lake in Wisconsin. In fact, it's the biggest freshwater lake in the USA. And yeah, my girlfriend was heavy set and I was a little tiny skinny thing. And she sat on top of me in the lake water so nobody could tell that I was laying on the sand on the bottom of the lake. And just before you drown, you get adrenaline in your body. And I was able to push her off of me. And then I tried sticking her head in the water, and they saw me do that, and they kicked me off the beach. And then I walked home. I said, have fun walking home. I hope you get lost.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to discuss the teenage years of Sandra Lee Waters. Okay, Mother. Now, yes, in case you didn't know, this is my mother. We are going to discuss your teenage years before you met my father. Whoever that is, we'll find out. Did you have school plans, such as college or a career, as you were growing up and attending school?
Not particularly, no. I just loved school and got good grades in school.
So, no ambition to be a doctor or anything like that?
I never had no time for that. I was the workhorse of the family.
Okay.
And my older sister had a crippled arm, so she didn't have to do too many things. And the next sibling was a boy, and he didn't have to do anything because he was a boy. And so everything came on my shoulders.
So, when you had to when you had to run to school, was that teenage years?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Our schools were always a mile away, and being the workhorse of the family, I had to have everything spotless before I could go to school, and so I had to start running. And I would make it to school in 5 minutes going across town. That's why nobody could ever catch me running. And then sometimes I would have to come home and feed my baby
Have we
brother.
heard this story before somewhere?
I would have to feed my baby brother, so I'd have to run home at noon too and then run back after I fed him.
So, you did a lot of chores. At home, did you have a job anywhere?
Not until after I graduated high school.
Okay. Who was your first boyfriend or crush?
That probably was Alan. He was a new boy to the neighborhood.
Alan. Okay. Did y'all have hangouts, certain places that y'all would go as a group of friends?
No, just we always hung out in the neighborhood because we played outside games, like kick the can and stuff. And then I used to make kissing tents in the backyard on the clotheslines. I would put blankets into a square, and then I would take my girlfriend Elaine and throw her in there, but I'd have my brother and Alan in there so they would kiss her. Oh, I was a sweet little child. And my cat Inky that I had growing up there, I taught her to sick on my mom's ankles, and she would bite my mom on the ankles all the time. I go, sick her, Inky, and she would go and bite her ankles.
I'm sure your mother loved that.
Yes. When I was in school one day, she went and gave her to a farmer.
She gave your pet away.
Oh.
Okay.
And we always had parakeets too growing up in the house. And they were taught to talk. And I know my dad used to let the parakeet sit on his bottom lip, and the parakeet would clean his teeth out.
What kind of words did these birds know? Oh, here we go.
Well, it's been a long time, but the main thing that I remember with the birds saying is we always had them behind the dining room table, which my dad had made the table. It was 8 foot long and 4 foot wide for all of us. And my grandmother lived with us too. So there was 9, 10, 11, 12 people in the house. And my little brother Ricky, he would always spill his milk every meal. They made us drink a glass of milk at every meal. And every meal, Ricky would somehow knock it over. And then he would start crying because he spilt the milk. And one day the bird just went, "What's the matter, Ricky?" Because that's something we always said to him every time he cried for spilling his milk. That bird taught himself how to say, "What's the matter, Ricky?"
So I can quote the bird. What was the bird's name?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
I can quote the bird. What's the matter,
Sam.
Ricky?
It was Sam.
Okay. So you didn't have much time for hobbies.
No, except for putting puzzles together, I guess it's, and playing games with my mom. I learned how to play cribbage to play with my dad, but then he would never play with me because I was a girl.
Okay, so
And
this kind of rolls into this last question for your teenage years is, what was life like at home? Was it a farm? What, did you live on a farm or
no,
a city house?
we lived in the city.
Okay. What was it like there?
But as a teenager, I got to go out to my uncle's farm and spend a month there during the summer. And so then we got to feed the animals and take rides on the tractor and the wagon. Milk the cows. He had 100 cows on my uncle's farm. We had to milk them by hand. And then they would send the cows out to pasture after they were done milking. And my nice little cousins would put me on a cow and send me out to pasture. I had some nice cousins.
Which uncle was this?
Uncle Emil. Emil girl. Emo.
We don't know his name.
It's Uncle Emil. It's not an emu, it's Emil. Emil.
Okay.
Emil. That's how we pronounced it.
So, is there anything that you would like for us to know that about your teenage years before you met Dad?
Well, I loved running. And one day I had a poodle skirt on and the saddle shoes, the white shoes with the black thing on. You can see Ellen has her saddle shoes on and her logo. They were brand new shoes, brand new poodle skirt, had a lot of slips underneath it to make it blossom out. And I was running across the high bridge to a 5-street intersection. I had to run across that to get to school. And I'm going so fast, I went splash, splash, fresh tar. The guys around the corner putting tar on the thing, and I was moving so fast they didn't have time to say, don't go do this. I went splash. I had tar on my new shoes and on my poodle skirt. But I still made it to school.
So, did you do any driving?
Oh no, we were taught not to drive. Do not touch the father's car unless we were going somewhere. And then he traveled at 100 miles an hour all the way up to Amos's farm, which was 100 miles away.
So, you didn't get taught to drive?
No, nobody did. Not even the boys in the family were not taught to drive.
And that's because you only had the one vehicle and it was a precious commodity?
He had it souped up.
Oh, okay.
And when he come home from work, he would go around the corner on 2 wheels every night.
2
5
wheels?
o'clock on the dot, 2 wheels. And he
2
always
wheels like this.
And he always said, you never, ever want to do that. He said, I know what I'm doing. He even told the boys not to do that or try it.
Yep, I got some kind of alarm going off in my head for that story, but
Yeah.
okay, we'll still put it to press.
Oh.
All right, very interesting. I'm going to have to take a quick break to gather my senses and then we'll cover some adult years. Are you ready for diving into the adult years?
Thinking about the teenage years. What about jumping off the roof and getting scared of heights?
You jumped off the roof of your house?
No, it was at the college 5 miles away from my house. We were playing hide and seek, and we said we only got a 2-block area we can go in. Right. That took place south downtown, across the bridge to north downtown, and then at the college. And we always made sure the boys followed us. That's me and my girlfriend Elaine again. And when we were behind the college, we had run up a slope. Well, and then the boys were right down there on the bottom of the slope. They finally were catching up to us. The only way down to not get caught by the boys was to jump off the roof, and it was 20 foot high. And we did. We just grabbed hands and away we went and jumped. And I sprained my foot, or maybe even broke something in it, but I had to walk home 5 miles with my foot hurting. And after that, I could not climb anymore. Because I used to climb on top of the buildings and up on big oak trees and everything. I was a climber. That's where Vicky gets that from.
Maybe. Just maybe. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to cover a whole another generation in 5 minutes. If you could go back in time to counsel your younger self, where and when would you go, and what would the conversation be?
Well, I guess I'd go to college. I might have changed my mind to go to college. I always wanted to be a teacher because I'm good with children and I'm smart and intelligent.
Okay, so you're smart, intelligent, and you're good with children. Have you ever threatened your children to stab their effing guts out?
If you had 8 kids and wild youngsters like we had, you would too. That is just a threat to make them behave.
Well, I do have an unidentified scar.
No, you don't.
Right here. Have no idea where that came from.
Oh, it probably was when Jesse...
It's about the shape of a knife is what that is.
It probably when Jesse put you in that concrete thing and you rolled down the hill and you was trapped under it.
Oh, no. I didn't get injured in that. I about got my guts squished out, but no. Okay. It is almost your 80th birthday. It's just around the corner. We're assuming that you make it to November. What kind of plans do you have for your 80th birthday?
My 80th birthday, I am spending in Las Vegas. Because when we were on our way to California, we went through Las Vegas. And since my husband was over 21, he got to go inside the casino. And since I had a baby, I was not allowed in the casino. And I wasn't 21 either. So I was only 19. And so I had to stay outside on the sidewalks and restaurants and the drugstores. And then I got sick on the food at that little restaurant I stopped to have a sandwich in. But,
So you've never been to Las Vegas?
so I've been there on the old strip. And Las Vegas at the time was the main strip of all the casinos and maybe 2 blocks on each side with housing and little buildings. And that was Las Vegas Strip. I mean, it was long and all the pretty lights and everything. But nowadays, the whole valley is full of houses. everywhere you look.
So that was early 60s, mid 60s when you went through there?
It was 62.
62. And you haven't been back since?
No. Misty and them all got to go when Tiffany lived there, but they didn't take me.
Okay, so
I want to go back so I can go in a casino.
okay, maybe you'll hit it big.
No, I don't even care about that. Just have fun.
How old do you think you will be when the Grim Reaper knocks on your door?
About 100. My grandmother lived to be 98. And I'm well on my way. I feel 18 yet. Almost.
How old was your mother when she passed?
I think 94. 80? Was she 80? From 14 to 94.
Mm-hmm. So she was born in 1914.
Mm-hmm.
Did we cover that earlier? Yeah. Let's see, Mom. What is on your bucket list?
Skydiving.
Do you think you'll really do that?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
I might be afraid of heights, but that's how I'm going to cure that.
Anything else on your bucket list?
Besides going to Las Vegas?
Yeah, going to Las Vegas.
I don't know. What else is there to do? I can't go swimming. I go down the beach, but I stay out of the water.
Okay, well, that's fine. I do have a couple of last questions for you. One is there anything that we haven't talked about that is ready to be shared with the world? And when I say the world, I'm talking YouTube.
Oh, I have so many adventures. Having so many children, I used to take a lot of long walks when they would get on my nerves. And one day I was so upset I almost walked all the way to Waynesboro from Olive Hill.
That's about 30 miles.
So I made it to that one creek we used to go swimming in that's near the Clifton Road, I think. I was way up there. And
Can you give me an example of what would make you so upset that you would want to walk away from your family and keep walking and not come back?
oh, I don't know.
Like, was it just us being brats?
Wild. Wild.
Was it Dad?
No, he was always working or sleeping.
So it was Tommy.
No, he was at the school.
I think it was Tommy's fault. It started with Tommy.
No.
Okay.
He was a perfect baby anyway.
Well, speaking of perfect babies, is it true that you and Dad brought me into this world and then decided that it couldn't get any better than that? So why try again?
Dad decided 8 was enough. I wanted to have 20-some children. But he decided that 8 was enough, and he made me get fixed.
So it wasn't because I was perfect. Okay. Couple more last questions here. It's way up here, and I said ask this last.
Oh.
Since we're on the subject, who is your favorite
Child.
Who was your favorite parent, mom or dad?
Oh, my mother.
Definitely
Yeah.
mother.
Because I was sexually abused by
Wait, what?
my dad. Yeah, and the other girls too. We had locks on our doors all the time.
Was he a drinker? Like be drunk?
Mm-mm.
Your dad died of a
Heart attack. Because he would never go to a doctor.
And what about mom? Your mom?
She was in a nursing home, just old.
So she just died of.
She had congestive heart failure, which eventually he choked.
Okay, so I need one word answers here. Your favorite parent, of course, you done said mother. Favorite child?
Gosh, you're off.
One word.
You were all spoiled.
One word. Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to move on. Who's your favorite grandchild? Okay.
I don't really have favorites, because
Except in your parents' case, I know you do have a favorite there. If you had to pick one of 8 children, mother. Okay. Favorite great grandchild.
Oh, God. And we have 35 great grandkids, so you pick one.
I think there's more, but we'll cover that in a little bit. So if you had to pick a favorite great grandchild,
I guess I'd probably just take. So I'd have to take.
guess what? I'm telling. Who is your favorite in-law?
Gert. Stan and Gert.
Okay. Now, we really are wrapping this thing up. Which nursing home do you want to go into? And do you want to room with or
Neither one I'll be in a nursing home.
but you already signed the nursing home entrance papers.
No, and I won't go. That's for old people, and I'm not old.
Okay. Last chance to give any kind of advice or questions even. Do you have any questions for any of your family that's going to see this? Or do you have any advice to give us?
I say just believe in God and live your life cleanly. No drugs, no drinking. And you can just enjoy life like I do. And you'll live longer.
Okay. Is there anything that we haven't covered?
My angel stories.
You have angel stories. We might have to save that.
That's
one
a
for another
different segment.
segment.
Yes, that's a different segment.
All right. Well, listen, I would like to thank you on behalf of all of YouTube. This is going to get tens and tens of views, I swear. But we would like to thank you for your time and your honesty, Most of it seemed genuine. Some of it is questionable. I have a photographic memory. Somebody wrote a song about me. Some things are questionable. But it's been fun, and I love you, and I'm sure everybody who watches this loves you. But
I'm lovable, sweet, and kind.
yeah, if you have to make those statements about yourself, all right, so that's it. That's all I have. And we'll see how this goes.
Okay, can't wait.
Okay. Bye, Mom.
Bye.